Okay, guys, this is my week 13 top 10 poll, and I have been watching the Indiana Girls High School state tournament drawing and prelims. And yeah, so it's getting that time of year. The tournament's gearing up, getting ready to get going, and the Maddness starts in February in the state of Indiana, and you just can't beat high school girls, Indiana girls high school basketball tournament play. You can't beat it. It's awesome. But it was awesome seeing it on TV. I taped it. Awesome. So anyway, so starting off, week 13 poll, right here. Starting off, honorable mention, Arizona, Louisville, at number 10, new to the poll, finally getting into my top 10, 18-2 on the U. 2-0 this week, beating Washington State 68-61. Washington 81-76 is the Oregon Ducks. Top 10. I think we're kind of a surprise team, actually. And it's kind of nice and refreshing to see somebody like that in the top 10. Well, so at number 9, at 15-4, 2-0 this week, up one spot, Ohio State Buckeyes. They beat Iowa 72-63, and they beat Penn State at Penn State 65-51. Can't beat that. I mean, Ohio State, I think, I still believe in them. I think they're a good team, and it's kind of odd having them in the top 10 with 4 losses, but man, I don't know. Ohio State's good. They beat Michigan too, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Ohio State, I think they deserve a number 9 ranking here, especially if you look below them. I mean, so at number 8, staying the same, 17-3, the Butler Bulldogs. They went 1-1 this week. They lost at LaSalle 54-53. They beat Temple 83-71. Butler is one of them teams. It's them and Gonzaga. They're tough to gauge because they don't really play anybody in their conference. So it's just one of them teams. That's how it was 2 years ago, but they made it a national championship game. So that's what I'm saying. It's tough to gauge, but I think Butler's a pretty good, solid team. They're well coached. So Brad Stevens is awesome. So that's what gets them. That's what keeps them high for me. At 18-2, down 2 spots, is the Syracuse Orangemen at number 7. They beat Cincinnati 57-55. Only by 2 points. And they lost that red-hot Villanova team 75-71. Villanova beat Louisville too this week. Villanova's, I don't know what to think about Villanova right now, but up 3 spots at 19-2, number 6 Gonzaga. 2-0 this week. They beat BYU 83-63 and San Francisco 66-52. So that's a pretty good. See, what's encouraging about Gonzaga is they'll score a lot of points, and they'll just like Butler, like I was saying. It's tough to gauge them. They don't really play anybody, but I do believe this is perhaps the best team Oakview's had at Gonzaga. I don't know. I mean, they just look loaded. They play well. They're well coached. I have to put them at number 6. Gonzaga's for real, guys. Then at number 5, a shocker down 4 spots at 17-2, the Duke Blue Devils. Duke split their games this week. They went 1-1. They lost at Miami 90-63. A shocker. I think it's the third biggest blowout by a number 1 team. I mean, it's the third most the number 1 team's been beaten by. I think it's the third biggest blowout lost by a number 1 team, that Miami game. So, and then they beat Maryland 84-64. They just picked right back up, didn't miss a beat. So it's hard for me to keep Duke out of the top 5. At number 4, 2-0 this week, up 3 spots, 18-2 on the year, Indiana. I think they're 7-1 in the Big Ten. I still don't think they're above 4. The coaches and AP poll has them at number 3. I think Indiana has work to do, and I'm really concerned about how they'll handle the road in a hostile environment like at Ann Arbor against Michigan, at Ohio State, at Michigan State. And I'm very interested to see how they handle it. That's the big question, and right now I don't know how they would do. So I talked enough about Indiana. You know what kind of issues they have. So at number 3, staying the same, 2-0 this week, 18-1 on the year. It's the Kansas Jayhawks. And they beat at Kansas State. They won 59-55, and then they beat Oklahoma 67-54. Kansas is one of them teams. Well, they are definitely in the top 5 team. They're definitely right there, but like I've been saying, I think they're missing something. I don't know what it is, but I still think they could go to a Final Four and stuff like that. I mean, Kansas is good. Well, Kansas is also well coached. Bill Self. Bill Self's awesome. But I think they're trying to figure some stuff out still, and wants. I think Bill Self is tinkling a little bit, and there's something that something missing, and he's trying to figure it out. And if he figures it out, Kansas will be a solid team. I mean, who knows? Kansas is just right there, number 2, up 2 spots, 19-1, Michigan Wolverines. I think no doubt Michigan Wolverines will. No doubt Michigan's awesome. I still don't believe they are the number 1 team in the country. That loss at Ohio State's still in my head. And you know, they had a couple games where they struggled and they shouldn't have, which every team does. But I think Michigan don't have the bench, and I don't think they have the experience to win the national championship. But I just don't feel like they're the number 1 team in the country. I think they're right there. Don't get me wrong, right there. I mean, heck, I have them at number 2, but still, I don't know. I don't think they're quite the best team in the country. Number 1, this is a shocker. I know probably a lot of people think I'm nuts, but I don't. I mean, I think Florida is awesome. 16-2. They were 2-0 this week, up 1 spot. They beat Georgia at Georgia, 64-47, and that Georgia team gave Indiana a run full of money. And then they beat Mississippi State at Mississippi State, 82-47. Again, keep looking at the point totals given up, And I tell you what, I'll probably do a vlog in a couple of days about Florida, and I'm gonna dig into a little bit more defensive statistics and stuff like that. And I mean, you just can't beat Florida. Florida is, I think, you know, a couple of years ago, I think in 2007 and 2008, they won back-to-back national championships. And if you go back to them seasons, they lost a couple here and there, but they still, and I doubted them, and they still won the national championship back-to-back. So, and I tell you, I think Florida is, their defensive numbers were just unbelievable. The last 6 games they've played, they've held their opponents to 52 points or less. Granted, they ain't really playing too many big-name teams, but they did play, who did they play? I think they played Missouri, and they held them to 52. Kind of blew them out. So, but anyway, this is my top 10. So, this week Indiana plays at Purdue Wednesday in Mackey Arena, right down the road from me. Would love to go see it. They still have tickets, so who knows. This Saturday is the big one. We host Michigan, and I will have a full comprehensive breakdown of that game. Pre-game and post-game. So I will. I also may do a live in-game reaction vlog Saturday when they play, but I honestly don't really like doing it. But oh well. Anyway, until tomorrow, peace. Torn ball in Indiana. I mean, it's getting that time of year when the Maddness hits, you know, and Indiana State High School basketball tournament. I think the 90-63 loss at my